Hey, Kentucky. Mark Pope assesses his first season. We didn't get our final result. It didn't go as planned last year, but what can it be like for this new season? Let's take a look at the news. After a first season marked by ups and downs, but also by significant achievements, it's clear that Pope not only understands the potential of the position he holds, but is also determined to build something lasting in Lexington. Despite his own critical assessments of his initial performance, there is much to celebrate and even more to look forward to in the future. Without a doubt, roster construction was one of the biggest challenges Pope faced in his first year. The dynamics of college basketball have changed dramatically in recent years, driven by the transfer portal and increased player mobility. In this environment, Pope demonstrated skill in quickly assembling a competitive group almost entirely comprised of athletes from other schools. The result was a team capable of competing at a high level, achieving 12 Quad 1 wins, an impressive school record, and leading the Wildcats to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2019. These achievements should not be underestimated, especially considering the adversities faced throughout the season, such as injuries that tested the depth of the roster. However, what stood out most was Pope's ability to develop talent and create an environment conducive to his players' success. Kobe Brea and Amari Williams, both NBA draft picks, are clear examples of the positive impact of his leadership. Furthermore, Otega Owa's emergence as a distinct force at point guard, earning all SEC recognition, demonstrates Pope's keen eye for identifying and leveraging individual strengths within a collective system. These successes not only elevated Kentucky's level of play on the court, but also reinforced the program's reputation as a springboard for professional careers. But like any coach striving for perfection, Pope isn't content with visible progress alone. He sees his flaws clearly and knows there's room for substantial improvement. The bitter defeats against Clemson and Ohio State, as well as the setbacks suffered at the hands of John Calipari in Arkansas at Rupp Arena, were blows that left their mark. However, it was the round of 16 elimination against Tennessee, a rival they had swept in the regular season, that seemed to weigh most heavily on the scale. For Pope, these moments serve as reminders that success can't be measured solely by accumulated wins, but by consistency and the ability to perform in decisive situations. In his candid self-assessment, Pope gave himself a B or B- grade, acknowledging that despite progress, there's still work to be done. He admitted that he failed to establish a relentless standard in specific areas of his game, something he intends to address next season. This kind of self-criticism is rare and revealing. Pope seeks not just to win, but to create a culture of continuous excellence. By identifying weaknesses and proposing concrete solutions, he demonstrates a growth mindset that should inspire confidence in both fans and players. Pope's optimism for his second season at Kentucky is genuine. With less than 100 days until the start of the next campaign, the coach is already immersed in strategic planning and adapting his playing philosophy. The lessons learned from his first year's experience will be crucial in shaping an even more competitive team. Furthermore, the foundation laid by Otega Owa and other players remaining on the roster provide the solid platform from which to build something special. The combination of experienced veterans and new talent promises to make Kentucky a force to be reckoned with once again. Pope also emphasized the importance of connecting with the community and with BBN, Kentucky's passionate fan base. His gratitude for the 27,000 people who attended his introductory press conference reflects a deep understanding of the role fans play in the program's success. He knows that BBN's unwavering support is a differentiator that few programs in the country can match. As he looks to the future, it's clear that Mark Pope is committed to honoring the greatness of Kentucky basketball. He doesn't see his first season as an endpoint but as the beginning of a journey toward greater achievement. For Trent Noah, a small forward from Harlan County, this pressure initially felt like a crushing burden. When he arrived on campus as a freshman, Coach Mark Pope minced no words when he described Noah's start as a disaster. It wasn't a criticism of his ability, but an acknowledgement of the chasm between high school basketball and the elite level of the Southeastern Conference. However, just over a year later, Noah not only found his place, but emerged as the most experienced and confident voice on the court in the blue and white program. Noah's journey is a testament to the developmental process that Mark Pope, now at the helm of the Wildcats, deeply values. Known for his ability to mold raw talent into polished stars, Pope has always emphasized elite players make in their sophomore year. No more drinking from the hose, as he likes to say, referring to the chaotic learning curve of the first year, when freshmen struggle to absorb complex tactical systems and adapt to the intensity of the college game. For Noah, the summer of 2024 was the time to execute, to turn his accumulated knowledge into action. Away from the cameras and public scrutiny, the 8 weeks of summer workouts provided the perfect environment for him to refine his skills, build confidence, and, most importantly, assume a leadership role few could have predicted. When Noah arrived at Kentucky, he was, in Pope's words, drowning. The fast pace, the physical demands, and the need to understand a sophisticated system of play were a shock to the young man from Harlan. His freshman stats, averaging 2.7 points in 11.1 minutes per game in 24 appearances, don't tell the whole story. Behind the modest numbers, there were flashes of brilliance. An 11-point performance, shooting 3 of 4 from 3 in a win against Tennessee, a top 5 team in the SEC, was a glimpse of Noah's potential. The summer of 2025 marked a turning point. While the regular season was still far away, Noah worked tirelessly in practice, earning the respect and admiration of his teammates. It's no exaggeration to say he became a role model within the team. Jalen Lowe, one of his teammates, was full of praise, calling him the best shooter I've ever seen, highlighting Noah's almost surgical precision. Malachi Moreno was even more emphatic, describing him as a prolific shooter capable of hitting shots even under intense pressure. Braden Hawthorne added, simply stating, "Trent, he doesn't miss." These accolades aren't just words of encouragement. They're a recognition of Noah's hard work and his evolution from an overwhelmed freshman to a dominant player. But Noah's impact goes beyond his ability with the ball. In a roster full of new faces, he has taken on an unexpected role, that of leader. As an extension of the coaching staff, Noah has been helping the newcomers navigate the same treacherous terrain he faced his first year. Guys, relax. Let me explain what Coach is saying right now. He says, according to Pope, with the authority of someone who has been through the fire and emerged stronger. This quiet leadership, combined with his on-court prowess, puts him in a unique position on the Kentucky team. He is, in Pope's words, the most veteran, experienced voice on the court. An impressive statement for a player who, not long ago, struggled to keep up. Pope's confidence in Noah is not new. Back in May, before summer workouts even began, the coach highlighted the guard's potential, calling him different and predicting a different future. Making it here is different from making it anywhere else. And being a Kentucky legend is different from being anything anywhere else, Pope said. Trent Noah is different, man. I just know how this is going to end. This belief isn't just motivational rhetoric. It's based on a developmental philosophy that Pope applies with precision. He understands that a player's growth isn't linear, that the crazy mistakes and challenges of the first year are part of the process. For Noah, his second summer was an opportunity to fit in better with the Wildcat system. Leave your comments.